NEC. This is the 2023 code. We're going to be looking at some 2014 Master Electrician Prep questions. It's pretty much the same stuff. If anything, they moved my codes around in the NEC, and it drives me crazy. But questions are pretty much the same. And there's my buddy. Did we tell him we were going to tell him what your name is? Or no? You're my buddy.
Jermaine.
There you go. There's Jermaine. So this is what we're going to do. We've got the test.com, which is actually a pretty good prep. I've used this a couple of times. It'll grade your questions. It'll tell you how long you took in there. You can see where we logged in for 2 minutes and we scored a 20%. Logged in for 7 minutes, got a 36. So just playing around with it, you can see
36%? You failed.
for 7 minutes. Yeah, but didn't do the whole test. But we're gonna go here to the
flashcards.
That's
what you got on the whole test. How many questions are on the test?
70, or I think you can select it.
You took 70 questions in 7 minutes. You were flying.
I mean, kind of. We can fly through one if you want to, but here's one. I did it for an hour. We did 55% of the test. I think they give you 4 hours. So this was legit. One maybe that I did. I'm not sure.
How long did you take?
Oh, out of 20 questions, we got 55%.
Oh,
we got 11
those are
correct.
Out of the ones you did.
No, it'll grade it all for you. So we're going to go to the flashcards, or we can do a test if you want.
Let's do the practice test. Let's try it out.
Where is this test? I want to take a post link. You got to pay like $80 to access this, but that's it right there. It's called test.com. And we're going to do the flashcards.
$80 for those?
I think so. It used to be. I don't know how much it is now. Okay, we're just going to go for it. We're going to hit the flashcards, all sections, random, 275, no limit. And here we go. Okay, cabinets containing overcurrent protection devices shall not be located. I know this answer.
It's not multiple choice.
No.
The blank is rough.
Yeah, the blank is rough.
You might be able to get it if it was multiple guess.
Okay, I know this answer, but let's talk about how we'd find it, right? Because that's where the value in this is. What's going on, Jonathan? All right, so this is the value of this live, right? How do you know where to look? That's half of the battle. How do you go about finding
keywords
what you're looking for? So you got your journeymans. I've also got my journeymans. How long did it take you to do your test?
The whole 4 hours.
Okay.
There was like 7 that I didn't know and didn't know how to find. So I was just like looking through the code, looking for like something about a marina, like a plug at a marina. And it was asking me some questions that I just did not know where to look for it.
Nice. So you can look at marinas. You're overachiever, man. You probably got a better score than I did. So I was in and out in about 42 minutes. Either I know it or I don't. I pretty much know where everything is, almost photographically in the code book, geographically too. So that definitely helps. But what we're looking at, we got cabinets, right? So that's kind of a generic term. What we're looking for is, God, don't look at that. What we're looking for is the overcurrent. If I try to highlight this, it'll show you the answer. So I don't want to do that. I messed that up a couple of times already. The overcurrent protection is going to be kind of the tail right there, right? So we know that overcurrent protection is what? 240 NEC? 230 services, 200s, 220, sorry, branch circuits, things like that. So we're going to go to 240 and see what it says. That's going to be kind of our idea. But if you don't know that, you can look in the back of the book in the index, look at overcurrent, and then it'll probably take you to 240.
That's what I'm looking for. You said it's what? Off the dome? Overcurrent devices are 240.24. Oh, overcurrent protection, yeah, 240.
Yeah.
And what's the question again? Can you read it?
Yeah, it says cabinets containing
Oh.
overcurrent protective devices shall not be located blank.
Okay.
What's going on, Josh? This is Jermaine. You've probably seen him in a couple of my lives. Here he is.
Release my belly. Maybe my cock. Okay, 240. We're looking for location.
Right. You want to look for locations.
And shall not, where it can't be.
I think I accidentally found it. Let me see here. I might have accidentally found it already. Let me see.
Overcurrent devices, 240.24a, accessibility.
240 dot what?
.24a, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking for it says shall, for the shall not. Not, let me see the question. I wish I could see the question. I keep forgetting what the first part is in cabinet. Oh, cabinet.
Cabinets containing overcurrent protection devices
Yeah.
shall not be located.
Exposed in cabinets, specifically in cabinets. Not in vicinity, or not exposed to physical damage, not in vicinity of easily ignitable material, not located in bathrooms.
So yeah, you're looking
Not
at E, right?
located, not located in over steps. That's
Okay.
C, D, E, and F.
Right. So when you wind up with a code that kind of has both, right? Not located over steps and not located in bathrooms.
And
You
not
can have a
exposed to
multiple
physical
choice, right?
damage. Yeah.
So this is where the flashcards really get you thinking, because you can't just pick the obvious one. We're gonna see here.
You can't?
What's that?
Shit. I like to pick the obvious ones.
Yeah. So we got overcurrent protective device shall not be located in the vicinity of easily ignitable materials, such as closed closets. So you could have not be located in closets. We've got not located in bathrooms, and you got not located over steps.
Is there anything specific about the in cabinets question? Part of the answer that would narrow it down.
Hard to say,
Is it?
man, because this is a 2014, and you can see here where they've actually added the word protective here with the highlight.
Uh-huh. Mhm.
So that's something they've added. So probably not going to be the closets. I would probably say, I think it's going to be bathrooms. I think the answer is going to be,
Not be located in bathrooms, right?
well, here's the thing. You can have breakers in a bathroom. You're just going to have the main. So overcurrent protective devices other than supplementary overcurrent protection. See where it says supplementary?
Can't have breakers in a bathroom. It says right
You
here.
can. You can, like I
Shall
said,
not be located in bathrooms.
it says other
Why
than
can't you have?
supplementary. Supplementary overcurrent protection is going to be a sub panel, I believe. See how they worded that?
You're on a 2014.
No, I'm in a 23 code book right now.
Well, it's different in the 2014. I'm operating. I'm in the 2014.
I think it's gonna be over steps based on all this stuff. I think it's gonna be over steps. Let's find out. What do you think it is? Lock in your answer.
Probably E.
Steps of a stairway, baby.
Fuck. You said stairway, not bathroom.
No, I said stairway.
Yeah, because of that bathroom.
Yeah,
Because you are
you can
allowed to
have
have
it. It
some.
just can't be the main.
Okay, just can't be the main of a panel. Huh?
Right.
What if you're main leg only? Can you put a panel in a bathroom?
Can't be a service. So services can't be MLO.
Jonathan Hughes said 312.8. Yeah, 312.8. What is that?
312.8. 312. That's gonna be 312. What is that? That's like boxes, cabinets. He's looking at cabinets.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm,
Don't
I'm
get
maybe
caught
he's
up on the
thinking about
cabinets.
the
That's how they
cabinets.
trick you.
The
That's how they
overcurrent
trick you.
is the main
Yeah. Yeah. Overcurrent's the big one.
squeeze.
Okay, let's go to another one.
Let me see what 312.8 says.
312 is going to be like cabinets, cutout boxes, things like that. Because 314 is boxes.
Switches and overcurrent device enclosures with splices, taps, and feed through conductors. The wiring spaces of enclosures for switches or overcurrent devices shall be permitted for conductors feeding through, spliced, or tapped off of over other enclosures, switches, or overcurrent devices where all following
What's going on,
conditions are
Delusion
met.
Dave?
That doesn't say anything about shall or shall not be located in it.
Sayer wants to email me the Canadian code book. That sounds fun, but maybe not tonight. I don't know how long we're going to be doing this for, so I don't want to waste any time without prep. Go ahead and email it to me, and I will look it up, and maybe we'll do a Canadian one.
Compare
And get it already ready. I appreciate it, buddy. Okay, let's look at another one. The National Electric Code requires ventilation of a battery room where batteries are being charged to prevent. So the ventilation of a battery room is preventing what? The National Electric Code requires ventilation of a battery room where batteries are being charged to prevent. See, I think that the flashcards are a hell of a lot harder than the test.
Where the batteries are being charged to prevent blank. So batteries.
So let's
Would
look
you
at
look?
batteries.
Would you look up any index batteries or UPS system?
Honestly, this one, you would probably want to look up charging in the
Charging?
index. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You
Let's look
might
at
be able to
charging.
catch ventilation and ventilation under charging. I doubt it. But you might find battery room. So you might look up charging, you might look up battery in the index. Because I don't
What do
know
you
off the
look
top
at?
of my head specifically where battery chargers would be.
Charge.
If I had to guess, it'd be somewhere around the 600s. Is modular data. I'm gonna see if I can flip here and find
I'm gonna.
electric
I
welders,
don't see fucking charging.
electrical
Charging's not in
vehicle,
the index. Vanity battery.
dumb waiters. There's cranes. It's gonna be somewhere in here. Electric sign.
Batteries, storage batteries, installation on the voltage.
Yeah, storage batteries. You find storage
Battery
batteries?
charging equipment.
Park trailers. Vehicles.
Yeah, battery storage batteries, aircraft.
Where'd you find storage batteries?
100 batteries, and then next five. It says 513.10.
513. That's kind of where I'm hovering around.
You're not even
Right there.
looking in the index.
No.
You're a savage. You're a savage.
I'm about to look in the index.
Okay, gotta look.
Where are you looking? 5 what?
I'm not looking at 513. It says 513.10.
I'm looking at batteries. Yeah.
Also, battery charging equipment is found in 511.10.
Oh, check it out. You
Hey.
saw 513.10 that says aircrafts on it. We're not looking at aircraft. It would ask you about aircrafts. So we're looking for
Yeah, 513.10.
There's terminals. We got battery charging equipment is 515. Battery systems, storage batteries. So you go to storage battery. So you need to go to S in the index because it took us to storage batteries. So we're going to go to S because it's a battery room, which indicates there's going to be a bunch of batteries for one room.
Okay.
Stage, looking for storage, structural, storage batteries, Article 480. We got accessibility, we got aircraft hangars, we got charging equipment, container, disconnecting means, emergency system, equipment, fire pumps, grant, legally required locations. Might be locations because you're going to store it in a certain location.
What was the question again?
It's events, actually. Look at 480. The National Electric Code requires ventilation of a battery room where batteries are being charged to prevent. I'm going to think it's the answer is going to be off gassing, of course. But let's look at the let's look for it. So vents is 480.11, but storage batteries is Article 480. So let's look for 480.
Let's look for it first.
My guess would be off gassing, but that's a very non
Yeah,
term.
asphyxiation.
That's just 480. 480.11, the accumulation of an explosive mixture. So if we look at 480.10 battery locations, provisions
Yeah.
appropriate to the battery
Ventilation
technology shall be made for sufficient diffusion
and ventilation of gases from
and
the
ventilation of
battery.
gas in batteries present to prevent the
to
accumulation
prevent
of explosive mixture.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's probably the answer.
And where was that in the index?
So we went to batteries, and then it said C storage batteries. So we went to S for storage batteries.
C storage batteries, yeah, storage
And then
batteries.
under storage batteries, specifically had a spot for vent.
Ventilation, yeah.
So let's see if we got it right. You ready? There it is. There, an accumulation of explosive mixture.
Exactly.
Nice. Okay. Color coding shall be permitted to identify intrinsically safe conductors where they are colored blank and where no other conductors of the same color are used. Color coding shall be permitted to identify intrinsically safe conductors where they are colored blank and where no other conductors of the same color are used.
What the fuck? Intrinsically safe conductors?
So what you're gonna do, what I would do, conductors,
Where
right?
they
If you go in
they
the
are colored
index,
green?
God, dude, I can't believe I pressed the button. I suck. I
What
tried to
was it?
highlight
You
it.
cheated.
I
You
did
cheated. I
cheat.
didn't get to see.
That's okay. We're gonna
Don't
find
tell
it.
me. Don't tell me. Yeah.
We're gonna find it. I was
Still
gonna
have to
say
find it.
conductor stands out. So go to your index
Intrinsically
probably
safe.
and look at conductors. And
Conductors.
then under
Intrinsically.
conductors, you're probably gonna see where it says intrinsically safe.
Maybe. I've never seen that.
Well, let's try it because I know where the code is, but it's not in the
First of all,
index.
do you even know what that means? Or it means it's safe throughout the system, right?
Intrinsically safe.
Yeah. What does that mean?
I don't want to get it wrong. So what I think it means,
Come on, be
I'm
brave.
going to look it up so we don't mess anybody up. But I think that it means where it is. I'm trying to think how you'd use it in a sentence. No, not going to pretend to know. I'm going to look it up.
It's an educated guess. Okay, conductors. Let's look for intrinsically safe. Intrinsically safe, 504.30, 504.50.
I literally just looked at the definition, but it's still a hard way of putting it. If something's been made to be safe in a classified location,
Mm-hmm.
it would be intrinsically safe, from what I understand. But what they say is
And the
protecting
question
intrinsically
was,
safe apparatus in a hazardous
what is
area and energy
identified
limiting.
as?
So the standard ensures that an intrinsically safe device is incapable of triggering combustion or igniting a gas or fuel. Just to put it simply, you can use it around gases or fuels without risking static electricity or heat discharge from the
Sounds like
device igniting.
just a ground.
No. So it's incapable of triggering combustion or igniting any gases. So like I said, uh, you would see something that's intrinsically safe after an install. Like if you had a seal off, right?
Identification. Labels required by this section shall be suitable for the environment where they are installed with consideration given to exposure to chemicals and sunlight. What was the question?
Color coding shall be permitted to identify intrinsically safe conductors where they are colored blank and where no other conductors of the same color are used.
Color coding. Color coding shall be permitted to identify intrinsically safe conductors where they are colored light blue and where no other conductors colored light blue are used.
Now, the question is, how did you find it? Did you go to conductors and then look at
Conductors, yeah.
intrinsically?
And
Because that's
yeah,
what I
then
would do.
underneath conductors found intrinsically safe. There's two
That's
code references. That was the second one. The first one was 405.30, and then it was found under 405.50 grounding, but
right.
specifically grounding
That's
intrinsically safe conductors.
pretty much how I would have looked it up. That's so like I said, go to conductors. I'm trying to go there still. I'm behind.
And then since the question had color coding in it, I just skipped under 405.50 until it says color coding. It was verbatim there.
Perfect. There you go. I mean, I still can't find this concrete. I need conductors.
Conductors, yeah, it's hard. It's always
Everyone can hear us. So just like I said before we started looking, go to conductors and then go look at color coding, figure out where it is, and then or you went to intrinsically first. We went to conductors intrinsically and then went to the article.
Conductors. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Next question. Keep moving.
Keep it scooting.
So it might sound like a strange question, but this is actually something really common that you're going to see in your tests, like crazy questions like this. And they're not that hard to find out. They're just there to kind of psych you out. Okay. Unless otherwise provided, type AC cable shall be supported at intervals not exceeding blank where installed on or across framing members. So you're going to go to AC cable, which is in the 300s, right? We know where that is.
What
So we're
was it?
going to
Can
go
you
to
repeat it?
AC cable. Unless otherwise provided, type AC cable shall be supported at intervals not exceeding blank. Dude, my freaking code book is falling apart. At intervals not exceeding blank where installed on or across framing members. You want to see the question?
Mhm.
It
Unless
is there.
otherwise provided. At intervals not exceeding where
So your
not exceeding.
330s is
Okay.
typically like right where I go to. Three something is usually okay. So AC cable is 320.
You have a tab for that?
No, I don't. Dude, my book is not tabbed.
Big mistake.
No, dude. Have you seen my book? Look, I got pages falling out of my book. I use it so often. It's just like
It's because you're shuffling around like a card of decks every time you need to find something. You don't tap.
It just falls apart. It doesn't need any help. Okay, so I'll give you a hint though, or I'll give you a help, right? The dot 12s is typically uses not permitted. The dot 10s is going to be uses permitted. And then the supports is going to be typically in the 30s. So if we were to look at Romex, we would look in the dot 30s, right? Whatever the code is, dot 30.
Yeah.
So if you go to 320.30, you're going to see where it says securing and supporting. And then we're just going to keep looking. So I see the answer there. C, horizontal runs of MC installed in wooden or metal framing members or similar supporting means shall be considered supported and secured where each support does not exceed 4.5 foot intervals.
320.30. Yeah.
320.30 C. That's it. C. So it should be 4.5. And it is 4.5. Okay.
For those of us that are not in our code book every day, I just find armored cable. First, I looked for AC because that's what it says in the question. AC was it AC cable, and then it said C armored cable. So I have to look for that other definition in the index. Okay, now I found armored cable, and then I can specifically in the index, it gives you code references for supports, for marking, for identification. So I just went for supports, and it gave me the direct code.
Nice.
So
Okay.
if you're not well versed and able to just skip around and say, oh, it's probably 210 or 220, and instead of skipping around there, it's probably just best to look in there. Because I wouldn't have even known it was in the two without having tabs or anything.
Right. Hang on, I'm gonna plug this into my little DeWalt thing. I got a light on here. Oh wow, this thing's actually pretty nice, dude. $12. You see it?
What light? Oh, you got a ring light? You got a donut light?
Yeah, and it's got a little clippy doodle. That's the technical term. Okay, keep it moving. Next question. Okay. For other than design B energy efficient motors, F this question. The setting specified in table 430.52 of the NEC is not sufficient for the starting current of the motor. The setting of an instantaneous trip circuit breaker shall be permitted to be increased, but in no case shall exceed blank of the full load current of the motor. I think I know what the answer is. There's actually a table full of these in 430. We already know we're going to go to 430. So you're going to see, I believe it's in part 2 of your calculations, if I'm not mistaken, when you're doing your motor calculations. It lets you start doing different things with your, you know what I'm talking about?
What? No.
You never did a motor control? Okay.
A what? I've never done a what? What'd you ask me?
A motor calculation class.
I've done a motor calculation before.
I meant class. But yeah.
No, I've never done a motor calculation class.
So there's man, if you get a good one, it's not in this code book, it's in my other code book. They'll tell you what steps, like step 1 here, step 2 here, step 3 here, and it'll take you from page to page. And it's so good, man. I'd have to take another class just to remember exactly how to do it. it's probably something I'd want to do before I was to take a master's test in case I got a stupid freaking motor question. But there's so many different rules that you can do for these things.
Can't answer this question.
You can't.
It's not in my code book. The only code book I have with tabs, if I'm gonna be looking shit up, I can't operate off of a
You're looking in
code
the
book without
tabs.
tabs. I have a 23 code book. I'm afraid the only code book I have tabs on is my 2014. That's one I still carry around in the van.
Let's just make a guess. We're not doing a motor class tonight. Let's just make a guess. What percentage do you think it is?
Not more than probably 175%.
Okay, I feel like it's 300 or 800. So I've got
Holy
here a
fuck.
maximum rating or setting of motor circuit. So if I go 430.52C1,
Owen said 75%.
75. Okay. Well,
Yeah,
Owen would know. I think
it's
Owen
gonna
would know.
trip every time. It's gonna trip every time, Owen. It has to be over at least over 100% of the motor, full load amperage.
So it says here, NEC is not sufficient for the starting current of the motor. The setting of an instantaneous, because it's instantaneous trip, right? So because it's instantaneous trip, it's going to trip very quickly. Where you have a time delay, you have that curve, you have that ramp up, right? Where you have lock rotor, and your motor might be pulling 3 times, 6 times the current of your motor, lock rotor, and then it drops down, right? So within half a cycle, you're back down to low amperage or regular amperage.
You didn't go to the code, that code in your code book? You didn't find it?
I'm here.
You should be able to find the answer very quick.
I'm here.
So what's the exception?
There's an instantaneous trip breaker here at 800% here. Right there. But it actually says, look, energy B efficiency, premium efficiency. I also see an 1100.
So it's 1100.
I don't know. We're gonna
1100%. That's insane. Yeah, but it is instantaneous trip. That's how instantaneous trip settings are.
But
It's some outrageous
scroll
bullshit.
cage other
It's
than
mainly for
design
like
B and design B premium.
ground
It's
faults.
either I was thinking it was 300%, but I think that's a regular breaker. I just lost all the pages in my code book. Fantastic. I don't need them.
So what's the answer? Reveal the answer. Let's see.
Let me guess before I click it.
Your guess of 1100%, right? Because that's what it says.
I was originally going to go with 800, and then I saw the 1100 just now. It's instantaneous trip, but in no case exceed. I'm going to go with 1100 because it says no case exceed, which should be the maximum, right?
Yeah.
Let's shoot with 1100. I feel like it's going to be 800 though, dude. I've never actually seen a scenario where it's been more than 800, but let's just see what it is.
It's
1300.
1300. Did you find that there? Do you see that there when you look down? It should be under in an asterisk under the table.
Let's see here.
Owen, the lock rotor amperage of some motors is not 5 times the full load amperage of the.
I found it here because it just sticks out at me whenever I skim through the page. See right there on my screen.
Yeah, right there, 1300%. Yeah, the instantaneous trip is for like faults.
Well, you need the motor to start, right? So if you're using instantaneous fuse, it's never going to start unless you have, at least 800%. It's just going to keep tripping the fuse. Okay. Next.
You're going to blow your fuses.
When an equipment room electrical houses. Oh my God. Hang on. Let me try this sentence again.
Try that again, buddy.
When an equipment room houses electrical equipment rated at least blank or more, the personal doors intended for entrance and egress from the working space shall open in the direction of egress. I know this.
I know
this off the top of my head because I call it every time, and I always help the GCs out, and I'm like, hey, do not swing your hinges the wrong direction for this room because your equipment is blank. right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what it is?
At least blank or more.
How many
The
amps?
personnel doors for the what is it, like a 1,000?
It's actually less, but that's okay. We're gonna go
600?
to. It's
600
more than
then.
that.
That's
It's
what
more than
the
that.
next step. More than
More than
600,
so.
less than 1,000. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm
Okay.
just guessing.
So we're gonna go to 110.26,
Well, let me look it up
which
in the
is
index. Let me
working
just do
clearances and
like
stuff.
if I was alone on the test, I'll go to equipment rooms.
Equipment rooms. We could
That's why I
also
would look
go
up in the index.
to. Well, you see
Electrical
working
equipment
space. You
storage.
see the working space. That's your keyword there. Working space.
So that's what you would look up in the index. Try it out. Try it
Hmm.
out the way you would on a test, or
I would.
just if you
I
flip
probably
through
look
the
at.
pages, just flip through the pages.
I'd probably look at space, but I just know that 110 is where your working clearances is and stuff.
If you didn't
Um,
already know the answer, you know what the answer is, though, right?
you wouldn't be able to get to a master electrician level question like this. Or this might be a journeyman level question, actually.
Yeah.
It's
I
probably
mean,
journeyman level.
you should be able to find it.
Yeah. Let's go to the back of the book, see what we find.
Do you inspect for this?
Yeah, all the time. All the time.
I,
And
I,
then
I I just always like to make sure the electric room doors are swinging outward, so that if I get caught on fire, I'm not like that one guy in that fucking one video that almost all electricians see in their trade class, where that guy's like stumbling around and his clothes is burning off through all the hallways and shit.
I
Because
always tell the GC.
he used some like 600-volt rated meter on like a what was it, 1,300 amps or
Some
1,300 volts.
sometimes they get mad, right? Because they've already concreted the motherfuckers in. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's
hey, by the way, your door has to swing the other way. And I'm just kind of
yeah,
smiling because I'm an asshole. So
it
he
is
gets
what it
mad and
is.
he's like, why? Why? I was like, okay, we'll blow your fingers off and you try turning the doorknob.
Yeah, you try pulling,
Yeah.
we'll blow your fingers
We'll
off.
blow your fingers off, then you turn the doorknob. Have a good day. Okay.
Doorknob. They have doorknobs on their fucking doors. It's terrible.
Yeah, man, you never know.
Doorknobs should
You
be
could be in
illegal.
like some little motel or something with just a little lever doorknob, like in your house, just in some random
True.
room that's way too small. And that's why if you have an equipment room that has 1200 amps or more in it, and you're less than 25 feet from the nearest door, you have to double your distance of working clearance. And we'll see that in a second in the exact same location that you're going to find this code in. So right now I'm going to look for working space, and
Hmm.
it's probably going to say working in there, but it's going to say C space. That's going to be my guess. I already found space, so it's too late. I accidentally found it. It's right here. So here's space, and we're going to see working space, and it says see working space actually. So we're supposed to go to working space. So we're supposed to go to the W's. Interesting. Backfired. Here's working space here, and we're going to see about electrical equipment. So we got 110.26, we got 110.32, we got 110.34, 72, 73, and so on and so forth. So 110.26, right?
Yeah, you can't go the route of looking for equipment. It's nowhere in there. So what did you say you would recommend to look up in the index? You would look up working spaces?
Yeah, I went to space and it says see working space. So I went to working space and then it said go to
What in the
110.26.
question would direct you because this is master prep for me. I haven't taken my master's exam. What would direct you to look for working space
It says
in the
working space
question?
in the question.
Egress from the working space. Okay. You wouldn't look up egress?
No, because egress it just means
It's
exit
not
pretty
the
much.
subject. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. The subject is
Working
working
space.
space.
Working space. Look for that then. Working space.
Oops. Huh, I've got it highlighted.
I wish I had an over display. Might change my.
I just
My,
bought this one yesterday for $13, I think. If you want to keep doing this, and it helps you prep as well, just looking in the code. Because dude, I love doing this stuff. Like, I don't even care if I'm not even gonna take my test. I'm just always in the code book
Yeah, for fun.
for fun, pretty much. Yeah. Today I was looking at TC tray cable because this guy
Mhm.
ran it to a mini split unit above a ceiling grid for some reason, and it looked like cord. And I was like, man, you can't have a cord above. And he's like, it's not cord, it's tray cable. And I was like, well, shouldn't tray cable be in a cable tray? And he was like, no. And I was like, why would they make tray cable if it's not for a cable tray? And then, it turns out it has to be in a raceway or it has to be in a cable tray.
Yeah. So under working space in the index, it says about electrical equipment adjacent to live parts, circuits over 600 volts, and battery systems.
So another keyword that's going to stand out
Manholes
here.
and modular data centers, switchboards.
Another thing we can try. See where it says personnel doors?
Where? No, I don't see that.
In the question, it says personnel doors.
Okay.
So we're looking for the personnel doors intended for entrance and egress. So we know that we're going to find that portion of the code in there. We might be able to look up personnel doors in the index. We can try that. But if you look at 110 and you keep looking in the working space, you're going to see personnel doors. Just keep looking.
Well, the about electrical equipment it shows like 110.26, 110.32,
Right. So keep looking.
110.34. So let me look at 110. Working space about electrical equipment, 110.26
Yeah.
is
There
the
you go.
first one. So like this is one that would probably take longer on the test, where
Well,
you
not
might
anymore.
just fucking
You're going to know this one.
just fucking know.
The only question that I haven't known so far that I really had to look for.
Was that batteries?
No, that took me 2 seconds to find because I just went to batteries and went to vents.
Sure. It took
The
a
only
little
thing that I
longer.
really probably would have gotten wrong was the 11. No, it was 1300. Sorry. But I would just left it for later.
Yeah. Yeah. Cord unplugged connected. Equipment room. You really think it's in 110? So you know the answer to this question?
Yeah.
How many amps is it? 800, you said?
Yeah. It's 800.
You just haven't found the reference.
No, I've had it for the last, I don't know, couple of minutes now.
You have it?
Yeah, it's on my screen. It's 800. It's 3.
But what's the
So
code
it's
reference?
110.26 C3.
What? I passed right over it then.
See where it says personnel doors?
Oh, what the fuck? I'm in 210. No shit. Big problem. Don't look for something in 110.
Hey, you're looking in branch circuits.
210. Yeah. Oh, Article 100 is so small. Or 110. I missed it. I picked the wrong tab.
There's a lot of information in that article, though, man. A lot. Check out this large equipment here. This is what it says. For large equipment that contains overcurrent devices, switching devices, or control devices, there shall be one entrance and egress to the equipment to the required working space and not less than 24 inches wide, 6 foot tall at each end of the working space. The requirement shall apply to either of the following conditions. It says for equipment rated 1200 amps or more and over 6 foot wide. So your equipment has to
1200
be,
amps.
but it also has to be over 6 foot wide too. See, it says for equipment rated 1200 amps or more and over 6 foot wide.
Oh, okay. All right.
And then it's got your exceptions there. It says a single entrance and egress from the required working space shall be permitted where these conditions are met. And if you look at the conditions, it says that you can double your distance of working space. It also talks about you having to be 25 feet away from the nearest edge of the equipment. So if you keep looking, it says a single entrance shall be permitted. It shall be located such that the distance from the equipment to the nearest edge of the entrance is not less than the minimum clearance distance specified in the table for the equipment operating at that voltage in that condition. So there's a lot of things you got to know when you walk into an electric room. People are trying to lay it out.
Yeah, it's 800 amps. Yeah, you're right. So
Did-
what's the
did you
specific thing
see-
about larger equipment? It just clarifies the dimension of the door needs to be 6 foot wide instead of like a standard like 4 foot door.
Yeah, it says
Yeah, I guess with the
Let me see.
800 amp equipment, there's no specific width for the door. It just
yeah, did you see where it
specifies
said the
the
100 amp
direction of
equipment?
egress.
If you're 25 feet away from the nearest edge of the working space, the doors don't have to where is it here? Hang on. Where equipment is rated 100 amps or more that contains overcurrent devices, switching devices, or control devices installed, and there is a personal door intended for entrance to egress from the working space less than 25 feet from the nearest edge of the
What
working
were you
space.
saying? Sayer Canadian?
What's he saying?
I know why it's single entrance. It's for safety and fire control. No, there could be multiple entrances if you have 800 amps or less. It's you're required to have at least. It just specifies that usually, I guess, if it's only 800 amps, you're not going to have more than one door. You're required to have two doors if it's 1200 amps. But if it's 800 amps, it only specifies that the door needs to swing out in the direction of egress.
Yeah,
I
Did
don't
you
really get your
see-
comment.
did you see that if you're more than 25 feet away, it doesn't have to have listed panic hardware?
Less than 25 feet.
See there, it says, and there's a personal door intended for egress from the working space, 25 feet from the nearest edge of the working space.
So that means if you have a panel mounted on the far wall, 3 foot in front of that, so pretty much from the front edge of the panel, if you're 28 feet away to the door, you're not required to have it open in the direction of egress.
Right.
Yeah, that's where your eyeline panel's at. Okay.
All right. Where exceptions are not to be applied, determine the minimum required length of a junction box. Dang it. That has a trade size 3.5-inch conduit containing 4 250 kc mil conductors pulled through the box for a 90 angle pull. This is a trick question.
Can you pan your camera to the right a little bit? Required length of the junction box. That is a trade size 3.5-inch conduit containing. Who cares about the size of the wire? Yeah.
Exactly.
For a 90-degree angle.
You want to do it?
Yeah, it's either 6 or 8, but I don't remember.
Right. So straight pull is 8. You can always think about it because
Straight is 8.
way
Yeah, okay.
harder to get
6 times
a
3.5.
loop in. Right. So you're going to do 6 times 3.5. So what's that? That's
21.
3 plus
21.
yeah, 18, 19, 20, 21. Yeah, exactly. Let me see. So you need a 20, but you got to find a standard size, right?
Got to find
Determine
what?
the minimum required length of a junction box.
Well, that's the
See,
minimum required length.
Yeah, the
It
minimum required
would be
length will be
21,
21.
but
It
you're
would
not
probably
going
be
to
a
have a
24 by
21.
24. But yeah, let's see what it
24
says.
by 24.
21, perfect. But if you don't know, you go 314. So if we go here to 314, right here, and we go to straight poles right there, or angled U pole, and then you got 6 times right there.
Hmm.
And that only applies to conductors that are number 4 or larger. So that's how you do that. We'll see you later, Dave. Okay. I don't want to do this. Where the mobile home park has 25 mobile home lots, calculated 1,500 VA each. Determine the minimum required ampacity for each of the underground service entrance conductors. So 1,500 VA is volt amps, right? So V times A is what? That's wattage. So
Oh, sorry, I missed the front part. I was sharing this live to a friend. Home part.
so if we divide this by our voltage to get our amperage, right?
Determine the min required ampacity required for the underground service entrance conductors.
I'm going to
Okay.
guess that we're going to do
So 480
15,000
or
divided by 240.
or would you do 240? Yeah.
Yeah. And then multiply it by 25. What is that?
1,500.
Actually, it says to
divided
each.
by-
So don't multiply it by 25. Just do 240 by 15,000.
62.5.
62.5. So the minimum required ampacity would be 62.5.
No.
Right. You know why?
Uh, times 1.25.
I think it's a trick question, right? Because the minimum size for a service is how many amps?
For
I
a
could be
service
overthinking this.
to a mobile home, fucking
To
60.
anything.
I've seen the panel board on a mobile home be 60.
I've seen receptacles be
I've
60.
seen 60 on there. Yeah.
Ooh, you might be right. I was thinking it was 100, right? Because you can't have a service smaller than 100 for residential, but this might not be under that. But we know it's
But
62, right? So
we're
that's
going based on this scenario. So minimum required ampacity. Wait, that whole calculation could have nothing to do with the minimum, right?
right.
Or is it saying the minimum of this scenario?
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
Oh,
I
each. So we're talking about multiplying this by 25, dude. This is a different question.
no. That's where you're messing it up. 25 is to mess it up. We're saying each. So it'd just be for each one.
Where a
We're not
mobile home park, we're not talking about the service entrance conductors to the park,
no.
and then from there it branches out to each location. There's not like some
No,
master switch gear.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think they have a big gear. They don't do a separate service for each mobile home, do they?
Yeah, they do. I only know this because
Wait, I was thinking about a RV. We're talking about a mobile home park.
it's kind of the same thing.
Uh, okay.
We could look at mobile home parks and just look it up.
I was thinking about an RV right just now.
Well,
But yeah,
either
mobile
way,
home
right?
park is
We've got 62, and then we've got 100 amps minimum required for a service.
where does it say that?
Oh man, 240 maybe.
Service entrance conductors? Is that what you would look up in index?
Well, 230 is service entrance conductors. 240 is overcurrent protection. Yeah, let's look at 230 for services. Isn't 230 services?
I don't know. I'm about to find out. I'm in the index. I jumped to the index. I guess I can read my tabs and see what they say.
Yeah, it's 230 for services. So here's rating, grouping, location. One family shall have not less than 100 amps. C. Server 225.39C. 225.39C. Right there.
225. Why'd you jump back to
225.39C.
225? Why'd you jump back there?
I just knew where to look. I don't know how to tell you. Just go.
Yeah, yeah. Not helpful. Not helpful
Yeah, I
for
know.
ignorant test takers.
Well, we're not. This isn't a test thing. We're just looking at what's the minimum size
This
service
is
for a
definitely
house.
this definitely could be a test question.
It definitely is, but there wasn't any verbiage for me to tell you how to look at. I just found it.
Thanks. Because knowledge.
Well, we know 230 is services, right?
Yes.
So I went to
Size and
230.
rating. Minimum size. The conductor shall not be smaller than number 8 copper or number 6 aluminum. But that tells me nothing about what's the question? Oh, Bark. Determine the minimum rated ampacity required for underground specifically. Maybe that's a trick question. Maybe it doesn't matter if it's underground or not.
It definitely matters. Underground. I think.
The minimum size. So under 230 dot 23 size and rating for service, the minimum size is a number 8 copper, which is
Right. But we're already above that. And you're looking at a minimum size here. I'm also looking there too, which is right here. Let's go to the next question. You ready to see what it is?
50. Okay, so that's the minimum size is 50, but for this it would be. Hold on, let me do a little thing.
Did you do 240 by 15,000?
What? 240? I divided 15,000 by 240.
Is that better?
Gave me 62 point. 80. 80? Is it 80? 80 amps? What is it?
I
What's the
never
answer?
did the
Let's find
math.
out the
I was
answer.
asking you. Well, I thought you said it was 62.
62.5, and then I just multiplied by 1.25 and got 78.125. So I say 80 amps.
Well, let's just say the minimum. So usually it's going to be the exact number. Let's just see what it is. Okay, ready?
Let's see.
400. Okay.
What the fuck? I'm
So
way
we are
off.
supposed to multiply it.
Multiply what?
I don't know. Let me see. Let's see. Well, I should have went to freaking mobile home parks and looked it up. That's what happens when you're lazy and you're overthinking.
What was your guess?
I
100?
was with you, 83, because it says for each determine the minimum required range has to with underground service entrance conductors. Oh, I read that wrong. Yeah, you were supposed to multiply by 25.
I still don't. It'd still be way off. Times
Well,
62.5 times 25
what is that?
is 1,562.
Yeah, there's gonna be a factor. There's gonna be a chart in there, man. We should have went to mobile home parks. Let's see what they did.
Why is it
It
400?
doesn't say what they did. I guess I'll have to freaking work it backwards and figure it out, won't I?
It's less than like a regular home panel.
What is mobile?
Maybe we
Mobile
need to go
homes.
to mobile home parks.
Yeah, do you remember what it is?
Fucking Dakota? I don't know. I've never looked up anything about mobile home parks in my life. Not even
Why
on my
not?
journeyman. Just
Really?
marinas. Yeah, marinas, explosion room was on my journeyman test. Nothing about mobile home. I've never done
Okay.
mobile home park.
Well, it's gonna be here in
Mobile homes 550.11. Boom, because I used the index. Keep flipping around though. I shouldn't have told you.
I'm already there.
550. Sure, yeah. Because I told you, buddy.
I'm in recreational vehicle, so I know to go backwards. I found it.
550.
Dot 11, you said?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and confirm. You already found it.
No, you helped me find the 11. I was
Yeah,
about to find it, though.
550. It is .11 for mobile homes. Mobile and manufactured homes.
Let's see here.
550.10. Pretty much just 550. Definitions, portable feeder assembly. Doesn't say services. Do you need to look under services for mobile homes specifically instead of in the mobile home
Probably.
area? Mobile home parks.
Yeah, there it is there.
Mobile home
Damn.
service equipment. The
Demand
equipment
factors for
containing and
services
disconnecting
and
means,
feeders.
overcurrent protection devices.
Check it
Oh, it
out.
doesn't say.
Look, there's demand factors for services and feeders, number of homes. So 13 through 15 is 26%.
Where do you see that?
There, right here where my finger is. Bottom right of your code book. You're in the 23?
No, I'm not. I don't. That's in my van. I'm in the
Oh.
14. I don't have tabs on it.
550.31. You don't need tabs. 550.31.
Speak for yourself. 550.31.
So I think we're going to take 83 times 25 and then multiply it by 0.26, right?
Okay, number of homes. Yeah, 20 to 40. It's 24 demand factor.
Oh, 25. All right. My bad. Yeah. Thanks. Thanks.
24.
Somebody in the comments saved me. Yes, 25.
24. Is it different? There's 25 of them. 25 homes. So it's 24% demand factor.
Yeah. Thanks, George. Yeah. 25. So 24. 22 to 40, right? This is the
Yeah. Yeah. Tactics is the tabs. Yeah. He's got the tabs in his head.
Okay. So 22 through 40 is 24%. So what was it? You said 83? I still haven't done the math on that yet.
What? 62.5 is 1,500 divided by 240.
15,000.
15,000
62 and a half. Okay.
divided by 240 is 62 and a half.
Times 25 equals 1,500. And then times 0.26 equals 406.25, right?
You multiplied it times 25?
0.25.
Why did
Oh,
you
I
do
did
that?
0.26 because I'm an idiot. 0.24, right? We're going to do 11526 times 0.24. 366, right?
Are you doing that?
Yeah, check it out. Look, 15.
I think you multiply it times 0.24
240.
equals
62.5
375, and then you have to round up to 400.
0.24.
Yeah,
What just happened?
yeah, you fucked up. You didn't multiply times 25.
Right.
So this is for the whole park.
There we go. I did it this time. Now
Is
times
this for the whole?
0.24.
Is this for the
375. There
whole
you go.
park?
Yeah.
And then you
whole
round up to 400.
Yeah.
So you're feeding 25 mobile homes with that shit.
Yep.
And then when it freezes and they all turn on their ovens, you get rolling blackouts.
Well, that'd be the best case scenario. Check this out.
Yeah,
If we go to 240,
yeah.
we're not
Or the
done though. You gotta go
Matrix.
to 240.6, which is standard fuse
No,
ratings.
not per unit. Per 25 units. They're gonna
Look.
run out of that 400 amp I-line panel and
Still gotta go to
and run
240.
to 25 different fucking
We're still
mobile
gonna go to
homes.
240.6 here.
And the main on the mobile home panel is like 100 amps.
Did you go to
Feed all
240.6?
sorts of shit. This doesn't even make sense to me.
Yeah, let me show
What?
you.
240
240.6 here.
what?
240.6.
240.6. Okay.
Standard ratings. See here.
No, I understand about rounding up from 375 to 400. I just don't understand how that's going to feed 25 fucking mobile homes.
Right,
Seems
but
a little light.
did you know that 90 is a standard amp fuse?
Not yeah, I know 90 is a standard amp fuse.
Right. So you know 330 could have been.
Yeah, I know the
330
standard
was,
fucking
but
fuse
you're
size.
375.
375, yeah, is not. Yeah, I know you got to round up. Yeah, that cannot be right. This thing's fucked. Nobody's
There's
doing
a demand
this.
factor of 24%.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah. Next.
Fuck it. Next. Let's run it. The AC units alone. The AC units alone, 30 amps times 25, or let's say they run it 20 amps optimistically. How much is the AC unit? What's the FLA on an AC unit, Robert? How much is the compressor?
The FLA.
Yeah.
1.25, right?
1.25 amps is a full load amperage on a condenser unit.
Oh, it just depends on what it is.
Half ton.
I'd have to look that up.
What's the amp draw? Amp draw on a half.
How many horsepower?
I don't know the horsepower of a half ton AC unit.
Oh, not
Do
very
you?
big.
You're the HVAC tech. You should be telling me.
Half ton's not very much.
Yeah, I know. That'd be the minimum for like a mobile home, right?
Oh, I see. Yeah,
Because you're
probably
talking
10
about feeding
amps. 10 amps.
25 mobile homes, 10
Yeah, 11
amps.
amps.
So
Yeah, 11
10
amps.
times 10 times 25 that's 250 amps right there that you're drawing in the middle of summer, and then you get half of them to turn on there, and then all of them are running fridges, and then that's crazy. 400 amps is all you have to feed 25 mobile homes.
Here we go. Branch circuits to supply electric signs containing fluorescent lighting ballast shall be rated not.
You're skipping this shit. That's funny.
Branch circuits to supply electric signs containing fluorescent lighting ballast shall be rated to not exceed blank. So branch circuits, right? We know where that is.
20 amps. Oh, that's the minimum circuit capacity.
So we can go to branch circuits. Front of the book, 210, right? Somewhere over there, 220, something like that. So 210 is branch circuits.
What's the RLA?
The RLA or LRA?
RLA.
Rated load amps, right?
Okay, so that's the compressor motor on a half ton AC unit. Is
RLA would be rock. LRA would be
rock,
locked rotor.
lock rotor amps, 15.3. Okay. It's not LRA.
RLA would be
It's RLA.
rated. I don't know. I don't know what that is. That could be somebody else's interpretation of whatever.
What did you just say?
That could be like, what do you call it? Like a terminology for that company. We might say something different, you know.
Okay.
Mellon Lab wants to know what it's for. It's for National Electric Code for journeyman's or master electrician's prep test.
Rated load amps. RLA stands for rated load amps,
Okay.
whatever it is. So 15.3 is the
What's
rated
rated
load
for?
amps of a half-ton unit, which is like the smallest. And 15.3 times 25, that's 382 amps right there. If that's the rated load amps of a half-ton unit.
Right. We're going to the next question. You ready?
Yeah, let's get out of here. Let's pull out while we still can.
All right. Branch circuits that supply electric signs containing fluorescent lighting ballast shall be rated not to exceed blank.
Electric signs containing fluorescent.
So we can go to signs, or we can go to branch circuits, or we can go to branch circuits and signs. Pretty specific for signs.
Signs, yeah. That'd be the key word to hone 600.
While you do
Branch
that, I'm going to look in
circuits
branch circuits for signs.
Required branch circuits, each commercial building and each commercial occupancy accessible to pedestrians, outlets located at each one. Okay, that doesn't pertain to signs. Electric signs and outline lighting. Signs and outline lighting. Holders, branch circuits. So section signs.
Where are you at?
LED signs, fluorescent tubing. What?
I'm just looking at outside branch circuits really quick.
Looking in signs.
I was just seeing if I could find an outside branch circuits,
Go for it.
because that's where signs are. But now we're going to look in signs, which should be Article 600.
It should be 600.
Okay, I'm there.
Rating.
And branch circuits that supply signs shall be rated in accordance with 600.5C1, C2, and shall be considered to be continuous loads for the purpose of calculations. So
Shall not be rated to exceed 20 amps. It specifies neon signs under signs branch circuits. Ratings. Branch circuits that supply signs shall be rated in accordance with 600.5 B1 or B2 and be considered to be continuous loads for the purpose of calculations. Neon signs. Branch circuits that supply neon tubing installed should not be rated to exceed 30 amps, and then all other signs. Branch circuits that supply all other signs and outline lighting systems shall be rated not to exceed 20 amps. So 20 amps.
So it's probably 20 amps.
Easy peasy. Answer is
probably 20 amps. When you see that it says continuous duty, that multiplying factor is 1.25, just so you know.
Right. So your sign is really going to be 16 amps. Or not to exceed 16 amps. And your circuit not to exceed 20.
Right.
Right. Why'd you say 12 amps Canadian diesel? Yeah. Gonna look at 80%. 80% of your 20 amps.
Nice. Do another one. I refuse. I don't want to do this.
But I haven't seen a fluorescent sign in fucking ages.
I'm not doing
that. Not a new one. I've seen a bunch of old fucking ones. They're mostly trying to retrofit them.
In general, round access openings in a manhole shall not be less than how many inches in diameter?
What are you gonna do? Look at manholes?
Last time Sancho came over, dude, he widened out my manhole to about.
He widened it out, huh?
Yeah, Wallered.
Did you suck them in and spin them around in a circle?
I sure did, man. I did the tone tornado on them too. Okay. See where it says access openings? I'm thinking 110.26 again, or at least 110, right? Because that's going to be
Looking at manholes. Apache Helicopter said he knows it's 36 inches. Maybe that's the standard size for a manhole cover, though.
general requirements.
How did you know that, Apache? Or are you just
So,
guessing?
no, he's probably right. He's probably had to do it before.
Yeah, I've not had to calculate the opening for a manhole. I just
Yeah,
most
I'm
most of
going to look.
most of the vaults I go down into have those square covers that are like fucking
100
3 or
pounds.
4 feet. Yeah, 100-pound fucking metal.
I'm gonna look in general requirements. See if I can find it. Just looking. I feel like I'm getting close.
Manholes, access, covers. Does it
I think I
specify any
found it.
voltage
100
or
pounds.
amperage in the question?
I see access to manhole says dimensions. I found it here in 110.75.
Yeah, 110.75. That's what it
Flipping
tells me.
around. Dimensions, rectangular access openings. But we're talking about round access. So it says rectangular access openings shall not be less than 26 by 22. Round access openings shall not be less than 26. So 26 inches.
Can you tell me what the question is again?
In general, which is a good idea to go to general requirements, right? When this is in general, it's kind of a key. Go general requirements. Round access openings, and access would be in 110, 26 typically. Openings in a manhole shall not be less than blank inches in diameter.
Yeah, 26 inches in diameter.
And you found it in
So,
manholes?
so not 36. Close, Apache.
Nice. That's a big man.
2023?
Dude, 36 would be huge. You could fit a whole car in there.
Yeah, George Ordway. I'm in the 2014 because that's the only one I have tabs on, and it was still 26. Still says 26 inches in diameter. Not much change there. But they
So
should change
26.
it for inflation of Americans.
What? Oh, inflation of Americans. I was going to say what, like 12
Inflation of
inches?
Americans. Different type of inflation.
Next.
Next.
The thin life safety branch of essential electrical system of a healthcare facility shall provide power to blank. 1, automatic doors used for voting egress. 2, illuminate electrical equipment rooms.
Can you pan your camera up for a sec? Life safety branches.
So we're going to go to healthcare facilities. You know where that is, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to go 517.
Oh, are those the options?
I don't know. We're going to find out. We're
But
going
what
to
is
go
that one?
517. We're going to just go 517 and look for life safety, right? So we're going to go to 517, Article 517 already there.
Not healthcare facilities?
That is healthcare facilities, 517. And then let's look for the word. Let's look for the word. The life safety. And it has to do with either automatic doors used for building egress or illuminate electrical equipment. So we know
517.32.
we've both done hospitals. You typically the life
hospital.
safety, the yellow circuit, that's usually your
Mhm.
lighting, right?
Well, no.
But also your
Was it?
critical
I
can
thought it was
also be your lighting.
it was orange.
How important is
It
it to
was
illuminate electrical equipment room?
very electrical equipment room.
Yeah.
Very important. I mean, yeah,
Is it life
very
safety?
yeah. No, it's not
More
life
than
safety.
automatic doors used for building egress?
Yeah, it's life safety. It's life safety, I think, in a hospital. We don't really classify it. It would be emergency lighting. There need to be
I'm
emergency lighting in anywhere in any building in the
I'm
equipment
gonna
room.
show you why I think that it's gonna be the automatic doors because your lighting on the
Automatic
area
doors.
served is typically fed
No.
from the same normal lighting circuit in the area it serves ahead of any local circuits.
Does it say the lighting of automatic doors?
No,
Or does the question say automatic doors, period? Because I think the
automatic
automatic
doors,
doors
period.
are gonna power off and they're gonna have a mechanical fail open. Or you just push them out or whatever the fuck. In hospitals, they always have those sliding glass doors. You just in the event that they fail, same thing in a supermarket, you just push them out. So I don't think it's
Yeah,
that one. It's
I
probably the
think they're trying to
illumination of
prevent
electrical equipment
people
rooms.
from pushing them out. I'm gonna say I'm still gonna
Illumination of
say
I'm
this.
going two. You're saying it's one?
Yeah.
Okay, let's run it.
All
It's
right.
definitely an
So
illumination of electrical equipment rooms. Though.
we got to find it.
Come on, you should be on the side of electricians. You're like fuck the electricians working in the electric room. All those lights can go off while they're in a live piece of equipment doing a arc flash study.
So
Fuck those
let me show
guys.
you why I think that it's probably automatic doors. And if we go to 700.12, which is something that especially you should know because right now you work for a larger company, same company I used to work for, and
Yeah.
they don't teach you all the things you need to know. So what happens
Well,
is typically you get these contractors that are really good, but they've never worked for themselves.
well,
And
let's see what the
all the
answer
buildings
is.
that you work for right now have
Mhm.
some kind of generator or something like that. Like it's just a larger outfit typically, right?
A generator and a UPS.
And they have a typical actual true emergency circuit. When
Right.
you don't have a true emergency circuit, you can't tie your
You have to operate off of the circuit in the area the constant on. Yeah.
exactly. So regardless, if the lights in the electric room fail, they're automatically going to turn on
Right,
because they're
Jonathan.
battery backup. But automatic
Uh-huh.
doors don't have battery backup. So if we look at battery equipment, emergency luminaires right here.
Hmm. Right. All sliding doors either push out or push
Show
apart.
wrong button. One more. Nope. So it says the same branch circuit serving the normal lighting in the area connected ahead of any local switches. If the lights in the electric room fail, these are automatically going to turn on because they're going to be on the same local circuit. Let's see if we can find the answer. It's going to be in 517 in life safety.
Illumination of means of egress. 517.32a. No functions other than those listed in 517.32a through H shall be connected to the life safety branch. The life safety branch of the essential electrical systems shall supply power for the following lighting, receptacles, and equipment. So
Perfect.
illumination of means of egress would be the electric equipment room lights, right?
No, I don't think so.
Passages, stairways, and landscapes. We could see if automated doors is here as well.
Yeah. So it
Automatic
says
operated doors used for building egress.
Right. That's going to be
Does it say
there.
used for building egress in the question, or does it say automatic building doors?
Building
Yeah, so that
egress
would
in the
be
question.
also covered.
Yeah. The electric room isn't really life safety.
So it might be both.
It's
I
not.
wonder if they're looking for a third option:
I don't think it's
alarm
going to be.
and alert systems,
Yeah. It says
alarm
right
and
here.
alert systems, exit
Exit
signs.
illumination and means of egress, such as lighting required for corridors, passageways, stairs, and landings of exit doors. Doesn't say anything about electric rooms.
I mean, you got to see to get out of the electric room.
That's funny,
Not
dude.
just outside the electric room, assuming the door's closed.
So
It's
it's going to
probably
be the
both.
doors. I think it's going to be the doors. Let's see.
I think it's gonna be both. It's definitely the doors, but maybe one and two.
That's just one only.
One only.
Yeah.
Fuck the lectures. God damn. Yeah. Fuck.
Next question. All right. When installed in a metal enclosure, the grounding electroconductor for a Type 1 SPD of 1000 volts or less shall be.
Installed in a metal enclosure, the grounding electrode for a Type 1 surge protective device. 1 kV or less
If I
shall
had to
be. Do you know the
guess,
answer?
I think so. It's probably
Grounding.
going to say maybe continuous. It shall be continuous, or it could be, um, might say bonded, or it could say reliably connected. It could say it's probably just bonded. When installed in a metal enclosure, a grounding electroconductor for a Type 1 surge protective device shall be. It's going to be bonded, I think. Oh, isolated. Damn. Why did I say that? It's going to be isolated because because you don't want that ground on your dirtier ground. I bet you it's going to be isolated. We can look it up. It's going to be isolated, I think. Interesting. We'll see. I think the way that they work, right? Because what they do is they clamp the voltage to ground, the metal oxide resistors. I think that they're trying to get that current back to the grounding electroconductor.
Mm-hmm.
Grounding electroconductor. When installed in a metal enclosure, the ground electroconductor needs to be isolated because you don't want it touching the dirty ground because the metal enclosure is going to technically be part of the electrical system.
Mm-hmm.
And the grounded electroconductor is going to be the earth, which would be the source. Were you looking?
250. 250 grounding electrode. Yeah, grounding electrode systems, conductors.
Okay. I would probably look in SPDs. There is a code for that,
Yeah, I think so, because there's nothing in here specifying the surge protection device.
but I can't remember where it is. It's like 605. I can't think where it is. I'll find it. For a surge. That's you. Let's look at 501. Not 601, 501.
That's where you're looking for the answer to this question?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, 501.
Not,
Let's try it.
not in grounding.
Might take you back to grounding. Usually does. They're just going to say isolated.
Prove it.
Maybe it's not 501. 501 is locations. Hang on. Surge. Oh, 242. Sorry, buddy. 242.
For surge protection devices?
Yeah. My bad. Over voltage protection. And then the installation here at the service. So it says bonded when installed metal enclosure, grounding electroconductor.
You say 242?
Electroconductor. Yeah.
Damn, that's not in here. It's not in the 14 code.
Look for over voltage protection. 242.
Yeah, there's no
Might
242
be a whole
in
new
the 14 code. Yeah.
whole new code here in the
Let
23.
me look for over voltage and see if it was something else.
Yeah, look for surge in the back of your code book in the 214. There's somewhere. I can't remember where it is. The grounding electroconductor. I don't know if you're gonna want it. Idea of the grounds. But all metal enclosures should be bonded to the ground, so I feel like it's too obvious. But then again, a type 1 is you ready? It's not in your 14 or in my code book. So you ready?
Yeah. It's
Bonded
not in your code
to
book?
both ends.
Bonded to both ends.
285.
As per
Electrically
section 285.
continuous. Okay.
I should have stayed in Article 200.
5064E. I'll try that.
285. Yeah, they should have broke out.
Doesn't even exist in this code book.
285 does exist in the code book. It's in between
285, is that where it is? 285? I was looking at 250.
285. 285 was the reference.
What is it?
Surge protected devices, 1000 volts or less.
280.
It's all about surge protection devices. 285. Surge supply.
I go from 250 to 300. They removed 285 from my book.
What? Really?
Yeah.
You don't have it?
Look, it goes from 250, 190.
Sucks to suck. Should jump back to the 2014 code then, my friend. Back to the
nice. I'm telling you, man, I missed the 2014 book.
Yeah, Article 285.
Okay, next. A clearance and not less than blank must be maintained from the maximum water level of a permanently installed swimming pool and messenger supported triplex service drop conductors of 0 through 750 volts. You know where to go?
Can I see the question?
Yeah, my bad.
For some reasons, easier when I read it. Of not less than blank must be maintained from the maximum water level of a permanently installed swimming pool, and the messenger supported triplex. Oh, okay. It's overhead conductors.
Right. I think I already know the answer to this. I'm gonna let you see if you can find it. Hang on.
Yeah, let me find it.
When-
What's the answer that you know, my friend?
So you can go to pools, which would be 680, and then go
Nah.
about 7 pages forward, and you're gonna see a table that shows like water level, and even shows a
Mhm.
diving board in there, and it shows clearances, and it'll be right there.
Shows there are pictures in your code book.
Yeah, there's actually a picture in that one.
They don't want people to fuck up. And that's how you know people. They don't want people. Can't be splashing water.
And they already made a highlight for this live.
Overhead service conductors clearances 230.24. What mine says. So I'll go to 230.24.
We've already had like 2,800 views on this code book thing.
It's not bad for almost 12 o'clock at night.
No, not bad at all. Should probably make this one our last one. I'm gonna find it right now.
Maybe one more. We got. Oh, it is. It's already 12.
Yeah, we
230.
go. 680. So 680, right? We're like 6 or 7 pages in. Should see overhead clearances. Let me go to the beginning. 680. 680. I found it. So it's how many pages? Oh, it's the second page. My bad. They moved it. I don't know what it is for your book.
What is it? What did you say?
I've got 680.10. 12. 680.9.
Shall not be installed within 10 feet of grade level.
You see that picture I was telling you about with the diving board?
I'm pretty sure that's a 2023 edition. It's
No,
not
the
back in
14 has it.
Does
So
it?
680, go to 680.9a. Ten feet's gonna be too low. I think it's gonna be a minimum of, let's see here.
Seems too low.
Yeah, so it's going to be
What was the
level over.
reference you gave me for the swimming pools?
Go 680.9.
680.9.
Looks like it's 22.5.
Don't even have a tab for that. 680.9. Yeah, they do have illustrations in the pool section specifically. Oddly
Yeah, the pool.
specific. Dot nine.
Something like that.
Yeah, they got drawings for bonding too. Clearances from pool structure A B A B. And this is telling me overhead conductor clearances. Clearances in any direction, direction observed.
Garuda's spitting facts here. You see it?
30, 0 through 15 kV. How many what's the voltage? What's the voltage of the triplex? Does it say?
0 through 750.
From water level is 22.5.
So
Who's
if it
fitting
says
these?
here Maximum
Groot.
water level of permanently installed. So we're gonna look at the water
Wait,
level.
why did Garuda get timed out by George Ordway? Did he say something incorrect or correct? So somebody was timed out. What does timed out mean? Like they got kicked out?
We didn't know if you're a bot or not, Garuda. We don't disagree.
He was trolling.
I-
What was his response? You said he's spending facts.
He was. He said trans women can go to any bathroom they want. That's true.
Oh,
Cool.
okay,
Next.
cool. What was the answer? 22.5.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't looked at. So there's clearance in
I
any
think
direction
it
from the
says
water ledge. Yeah, so it should be 22.5.
from water level.
Yeah. Let's see. There it is there. 22 and a half.
22 feet.
It says 22 and a half right there at the bottom.
Yeah. So 22 would fucking fail. Don't listen to him. The big bold letter.
Okay. What percent of electrical supplied RV spaces in a RV park must have at least 50 amp? Probably 100%. All of them. All of them. Next. 20%. Damn, wrong. Next. The minimum space between live insulated metal parts and a feeder circuit of 480 volt industrial control panels and bare metal parts of the enclosure is
0.
you would think so in some of these places.
Fucking 0 in my shit.
Hey, have you been out to Grand Saline and done anything for takeout there?
uh-uh.
They got a medium voltage switch gear, dude. They got like 3 inches. You could probably
Oh,
bang on the
shit.
switch gear and track the dust to the edge of the can. They're like, when walking around here, don't like lean against this equipment.
Holy shit. Minimum space required to be uninsulated. Metal parts.
So you see where it says industrial control panels?
Where? Yeah.
I would go to 408, which is panel ports. That's where I would guess.
I'm actually looking in the index for metal parts. Just because that's kind of what pops out to me. Probably wrong.
Sayer, he's just an
Parts.
equal rights auditor.
C
He's just checking the
parts.
channels. He's fine, buddy. And he probably is trolling, but it's okay. Just go with it. We're doing this again tomorrow.
Sure.
All right. Well, let's do this last one and get out of here.
Yeah.
Did you get a 408?
No. I'm going through the index because I'm not going to have a robber with me when I take the master's exam.
It's true.
Say, hey, go to 408. Although if
While
I
you
get
do
this
that,
question, I will.
while you do that,
remember.
I'm gonna find the answer. While you do that, spacings.
While you do that, I'm gonna find the answer.
Let's see here. Maybe here somewhere. Actually, you know what? I think I recall seeing a table. For some reason, I do. Aha, I found it. I remember seeing a table in my head. I was like, what's that table that you saw 3.5 years ago, Robert?
Mm-hmm.
480 volt. So bare metal. Maybe right there, guys.
What was the question?
Minimum spacing required
Feeder
between live uninsulated metal
for
parts and feeder circuits of a 40 volt industrial control panel and bare metal parts of the enclosure.
Might look up enclosure.
Actually, I
'Cause
think the
under-
last time I saw
under-
this was probably on my own journeyman's test back in 2013. I think is when I
Toby,
remember
huh?
seeing this table.
Yeah, we'll go to enclosures.
"42 inches, that's working clearance, man. We're talking about inside of
Yeah, that's insane.
inside of a piece of equipment. You got like the bus bars and things like that. It's going to be close to the covers.
It's like gonna be like an inch or inch and a half or 2 inches, some shit, right?
Something like that.
That's all I'm looking for.
Did you find it?
I'm looking for enclosures.
Don't look for enclosures. Just go
Energized
to
parts. Also see live parts.
where you at? Where are you looking at right now?
I'm looking for enclosures.
Don't do that. You're gonna want to look at industrial control panels.
You do you, boo. Let me know when you have the reference.
I found it like 5 minutes ago. I was showing
So
the
what's the
chat.
answer?
It should be 1 inch.
Installations over.
I've also got a little note here. It says for spacing between live parts and doors of cabinets, the dimensions in 312.101a shall apply.
Enclosures. Bus bars and conductors, industrial control panels using the bus bars comply with that. Wiring spacing, wire bending spacing,
There you go. Keep looking.
spacings and feeder circuits between uninsulated live parts and adjacent spacings in feeder circuits between uninsulated live parts and adjacent components, between uninsulated live parts of components, and grounding or accessible non-current coherent metal parts on live parts components of and the enclosure and at field wiring terminals shall be as shown in table. Fuck, just give it to me. 430.97D.
408.56.
430.97D.
97D. Could be it's 14 code. I'm gonna check it. Okay, we're right.
Spacings shall not be less of. Okay. Not over 600 volts is 1 inch live parts to ground.
There you go. Is that in
Polarity.
a you
So
looking
from
in a
bus
table?
bar to bus bar would be 2. Yeah. 430.97D.
Look at 408.56.
And I found it, but I found it by going into the index.
Yeah,
and I
so it says
searched.
as per
First, I
section
searched live
409.
parts,
You're also right.
and
It's
then I
also in there
searched
too.
enclosure.
It's also in where you found it. So you found it both ways.
Yeah. If you find
409.106 spacing requirements between live uninsulated metal parts and feeder circuits, 480 volts industrial control panels. And then you've also got 430.97D, which is where you found it. So we both found it in different spots. That's cool.
One inch for air and 2 inch for surface. What do you mean by that, Apache?
1 inch for air and what? Surface. Mounted on the same surface. Opposite polarity, mounted on the same surface. So if you've got, this is the back wall, and you put A phase here, and you put P phase here, got to be 2 inches apart. You didn't look at my hand. Look at my hand, sir. This is the back wall of the control cabinet. You see my hand? You got
Are you talking to
A
me?
phase here. Yeah, A phase here.
Uh,
And you got B phase here. 2 inches spaced.
yeah, I understand that.
Yeah,
I
that's what
get it.
Apache's saying.
Or like for instance in the switch gear, if you have your bus bars jutting out off of the wall and it's held in free space, then they can be separated by 1 inch. That's why you can't get your fucking fingers in between the bus bars whenever they jut off the back wall.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
They're much closer together. That'd be open air as opposed to against surface.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Hit it. Let's see it. Let's see it officially 1 inch.
Oh. There you go.
Boom. Yeah, the main one that tripped us up was that mobile home shit, and I still don't get the fucking 400 amp calculation on that shit.
Well, we did the calculation for it, the 26%, but that's
24%.
24%, whatever the hell it was.
Demand factor.
There's
But
demand factors in there.
seems a little light, huh?
And they freaking Encore supply stuff with a 1-aught all the time. They're like, oh, 800 amp service? Yeah, here's your 1-aught.
Yeah, but that's different than the rating of the panel.
George is talking to you.
To me? You sure?
Yeah, you said
Oh.
give it to me.
Oh, did I? Did I say that?
Yeah. Come on, give it to me.
I didn't even realize I said that shit. I might be Sketch. That Sketch guy. You heard about him? I didn't even know until he was in me.
All right. Well, that's all we got.
All right.
That's all we got.
I'll catch you on tomorrow.
Yeah, man. All right.
What was that?
Appreciate you guys
an
stopping
hour?
by.
An hour of code?
Yeah. I'll call you tomorrow.
All right. Talk to you later.
All right, man. Love you, bro. Later.
Peace out, guys.